Hey, what is going on, everybody? I think we're live. So, just got off of watching a bunch of stuff going on, checking on these charts, watching the portfolios, getting smacked. I've been short most of the night, but we've had to close shorts up here. So, let's take a look what's happened. Basically, hit ungodly amounts of liquidations, as you can see here briefly dips below 50K, topping $1 billion in the last 24 hours in liquidations. So, what is going on right now, guys, is there is an emergency Fed meeting being held. Let me pull some details up on this. Just the most up to date stuff. My computer's lagging so hard with Streamlabs, so I apologize. Yeah, CAS did just fall below 13 cents, which we are also going to talk about. All right, so here we go. Fed's to call emergency meeting today regarding interest rates after the Japanese stock market collapse. So, as we all know or should know by now, the yen, the yen on one trade is basically causing mass liquidations due to the fact that they're selling all these bonds and whatnot that they have with American stocks, so they are officially crashing global markets. Japan single-handedly doing this. Take a chart, pull it up. Even though we are looking a little more bullish and a little more stabilized on all assets, if we pull up Nikki here. Finally starting to stabilize here, seeing a double bottom on the RSI. We have a much lower low here going on, but like I said on the RSI, we're seeing this double bottom, so a little bit of room to breathe for the moment as the Japanese stock market seems to be taking a breather. So I think this emergency Fed meeting now is going to be absolutely pivotal for Bitcoin because when we did just see this dip down to 48K, if my chart would move here, I do really apologize for the lag, you guys. This is unreal. And I'm sorry also for being on this free TradingView account, as my TradingView was hacked over the weekend or on Friday, and someone ran the bill up nice and hefty for it too. So I am locked out of TradingView for the moment, so on a backup account. But yeah, so here's what's going on. We dropped down to 48.7, 48.8, whatever. I don't know. Come market open, I think the natural thing to expect here in this position would to be lower, as that has been the directional trend for going on a week now. Um, we've seen the sell-offs occurring, daily, 8 to 10 Central Time. And we now know the reasoning for that, which we can also pull up if you don't know. So, jump. Let's pull this up. It's Jump Capital. Yeah, Jump Capital. So they have been unloading. Make sure this is. Let me just find out. Jump unloading ETH. So every day for the last. I'm not going to be able to find the chart either on it right now. For the last week, though, about 8 to 10 p.m. Central or a.m. Central Time, we are seeing the same dump over and over and over and over. And are we going to see it again today? So what I'm being told, what I'm seeing online is that they're out of coin for the moment. And they are currently unstaking the remaining 126 million ETH or something like that. Or I think it was Lido staked ETH. So the amount might be off there. Again, this is going off memory and it's getting very late, and running on very little sleep, but I did want to just touch base on the charts and what's kind of going on. So we're still technically in the zone, guys. We're in this broadening wedge, this megaphone pattern, technically a bullish megaphone pattern, even though I'm currently seeing a big shoulder, head, and shoulder, and a monster dump coming, and that could be cycle over, game over, Um, People are joking about the 9K CME gap meme right now. That I don't think that's possible, but at that point too, would you buy? Would you buy 9K Bitcoin, or is that failed asset at that point? That's kind of like failed asset territory for me. If Bitcoin sees 9K again, under any circumstances, given the amount of money and type of players we have involved at this point, I just don't see something like that happening. I think more than likely this is the finale, the grand fucking finale at that uh, of market makers pulling billions of dollars from pockets of investors before they absolutely fucking send it. Maybe I'm too bullish. I don't know. I'm more bullish now at 52K than I was at 70K, to be honest. Triple topping was not a good look. In hindsight, it was very, very obvious what was going on. And, the bull within myself and many others said, absolutely not. This is just tapping on resistance, tap till we break kind of thing. Absolutely not. As we've been slicing through this range like butter, up, down, in a couple of candles. It's absolutely wild. This last one, there has literally been millions of dollars made by traders I know. So traders you probably see on YouTube, as well as me. So pretty insane move here, guys. We just dealt with the downside of approximately 30% on Bitcoin over the course of a week, right? So considering the fact for more downside, a normal Bitcoin correction could be up to that 40% range. So that would put us right at the number, guys. 42K. I think that's been a number people have been quietly flaunting in the background, that 48 and 42. And now the 48 became very real. So, self-fulfilled prophecy a little bit. No, probably not, because it wasn't loud enough of a narrative, I don't think. I think too many people were still very bullish and kind of are in disbelief that this happened. I'm kind of in disbelief that it happened so fast. Not so much that it happened, but that it happened so fast and that it was so aggressive. And that it was so fast and so aggressive for factors outside of Bitcoin. There's macro factors on the world and on the world markets that are causing these things, guys. So today, when open comes, I'm not sure what time this Fed meeting is at, but it is very important for you to keep an eye on the charts. Keep an eye on this area right here, where we would be breaking that broadening wedge pattern, because if we do break, we are looking at a move. Look at the measured move on that is $32,000. So immense pain. That is official bear market territory. Literally, that's just over, it's double what the lowest entry of the cycle was. So we're going back a year plus, let's see, yeah, October of last year, since we've seen the 32K price region. So for me, it's a little absurd. That 40% pullback idea into that 42K range seems a little more possible. I don't really think it's probable, as I do, like I said, I do still believe this is kind of a fake out. If we pull a fib here, I mean, it's upside down, but I'm trying to look for upside here. So, but as you see, our 618 or 382, whichever way you want to look at it, has been tagged on the head, which corresponds to our trend line on the bottom half of the broadening wedge. So from here, I'm expecting a bounce. I don't know how quickly we see the bounce if we slice back through the range again like we have. As you see on the chart, the bullish moves have been a lot choppier than the bearish moves have been. The bearish moves have absolutely sliced through this range, where the bull moves have also really sliced through the range, but they've been just a little more spread out and a little more time taking, I guess. So not even choppy, just it took a little longer, where you're seeing this downside, like boof, 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 boof. It's everywhere. So this whole range from 48K to 68K, 70K could be sliced through butter, like butter. Yeah, it's getting late. Either which way. So from here, I'm expecting a balance with this emergency Fed meeting. Like I said, print or go burr, as we all know. It's going to be insane as they are addressing the they're addressing the Japanese market and the effect it's having on the economy here. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see, guys. Taking a look at our portfolio challenge that we started back in the beginning of the cycle. If we would have stayed in all of our original positions, we are still in profit. We are still in profit a few grand. But it's been a rough ride down. I'm glad that I've played it a little bit more CAS heavy in my portfolio than I did in the trading account one for the channel and for testing purposes of what I bought early cycle versus what I shifted into on pullbacks, where I got from about 40% to almost 60% CASPA heavy in the portfolio. What's going on with CASPA is, well, to 15 cents was an expected pullback. Let me explain why I kind of thought to 15 cents could happen if Bitcoin got bearish, right? So you can see with a little bit of a rising pattern here on CASPA, it's a little bit of a rising wedge, before we broke down out of it. Obviously, it looked like a rising wedge, which is a bearish formation, okay, first and foremost. Secondly, we had the rising top while we had the RSI telling us completely ass different. So we have bearish divergence, right? So measuring from the top down here to 10 cents, our 382 or our 618, depending on which way you want to, or if you're measuring for downside or upside. Our 382 was at 14.2 cents and our 0.5 is at 15 cents exactly. So basically, I figured that would be a safe region for a pullback if we're going to pull back somewhere into the golden pocket area at 14 and a half, 15 cents. I did not see us coming all the way down and literally touching our 236 or 786, depending on which way, again, you were looking at the Fibonacci. But basically, to our outside the 886 region, our furthest traditional pullback area was touched on this wick. From here, I see us getting bullish, as Bitcoin should do the same. I think we have the natural bullish upside more naturally than downside, as we just took a massive fall, as I explained, and we could have maybe 10% more downside, yes, but more likely we have upside from here just because we are so low and so close to support. People have been constantly longing all day and all night, which has caused this $1 billion plus in liquidations. People need to stop trying to catch the falling knife. They need to let price stabilize. And then if they want to get long, because all they're doing by doing that is sinking the price further and further and further on everyone else who's holding. So really, at the end of the day, it's not beneficial for you because you're getting liquidated. It's not beneficial for me or anyone else holding Bitcoin who wants to see price go up. Bags are packed on my end. There is, I'm not trying to, I'm always trying to top up, but not at prices we were at. At these prices, sure, I'll top off. But I think you'd be crazy not to. But then again, we're only a few $1,000s from invalidation. So this might not be a bad spot to look at a long trade just based on location itself being, Fibonacci 382, as well as the correlating downsloping trend line, bottom trend line of the bullish megaphone broadening wedge pattern. So not a bad look to take along. Like I said, I was short most of the day. I'm gonna just chill for right now and see what happens because, like I said, there is room for downside, guys. There is still more room for downside. As unbelievable and as filthy as an idea as that seems, there are some people much smarter than myself out there who are still incredibly bearish to 40K. So we will find out, as we do have a mass order block at 40K, as well as that being our last lower high, I guess, prior to the one being formed now, last local one where I drew the fib to. So yeah, from here, personally though, I'd like to see some upside. I expect to see some upside with this Fed meeting, especially. I think we can get things rolling a little bit of a manipulated fashion, but nonetheless get the ball rolling in the right direction. Maybe get some momentum away from the Bears and hopefully push back into bullish regions. And in October, November, we look back at this and it's just another shakeout attempt. Definitely the best one they have given us yet. I've been in Bitcoin since 2016, and this has probably been the toughest shakeout on me personally, probably because I have more capital in the market than I've ever had to, but this is rough. This is rough. I'm not gonna lie. So for those of you out there freaking out, even though price is recovering right now, just be aware. It can always roll over and come back down again. It's very possible come the market open in 5.5 hours. So I'm gonna attempt to stay up to market open. Don't know if I'm gonna make it, but if not, I'll have the alarm set because big things are going to happen one way or another. And again, I'm gonna keep digging on this Fed meeting and what time they're trying to schedule this for. I'm guessing it would be probably for like an 8 a.m., 7 a.m. time prior to market open so that they can do what they need to do. They can, have some kind of press announcement out by the time that market open is happening at 9 a.m. or whatever time locally it is for you, 7 a.m., 10 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., one of those probably if you're in the States. But yeah, hang on, guys. We are still in the range. Don't sell your bags yet, I would say, if you haven't already. If you took profits earlier, good on you. I would wait to buy back in, though, because we do still have some major potential of rolling over based on some market cipher indicators. We've officially bled from the 15-minute time frame all the way down to the hourly, to the 4 hour, to the daily, to the 3 day, into the 5 day. And there's currently a blood diamond on the 5 day on market ciphers. So things are not looking good in the market. Let's just say that. Hopefully the Feds can come to the rescue here, and we'll see. Good luck, guys. Hang in there. Peace.